Greetings and welcome to another weekly vault video with me, Treggyz. I'm already logged in because I figured there was going to be a bunch of stuff for the new patch. I figured I'd essentially get that stuff off the screen first before trying to open my vault. And just to preface opening the vault, my guild actually killed Smolder on this last week, which was cool. Although I'll talk about it more in my little. I always do like a weekly recap at the end of the video. I'll talk more about that towards the end of the video about like some of the stuff that happened. And I guess looks like one nice thing about killing Smolderon is obviously I get Smolderon loot, and I'm pretty sure I just auto take the sword. Although damn, the boots are pretty nice too. But I think I don't need to think about it. I just grab the sword. If it's wrong, then shoot me, I suppose. Didn't really do much else last week besides like my usual key shenanigans and stuff. There we go, that's a tiny bit more like it. Straight eye level upgrade on my current weapon. Not too bad. Yeah, there's lots of new stuff with the new patch. Although I don't nothing in this newest patch really interests me all that much besides I guess just the story stuff, even though for me I won't even get into that for a good while. I have a choice between two cloaks pretty much, looks like. Don't really think I care about that ring. Kinda happy I didn't sit my warrior. It took this one like 3 or 4 minutes to complete. And it looks like I'm going with this cloak. Sort of my suspicion. You'll haste and verse. Pretty good for Ret Pally. Like usual, all the rest of my characters pretty much from the rest of my video got like at least an 18 in. For the most part, a lot of them actually did at least 4, like my Death Knight here. And I did LFR again. Just for the sake of trying for... I got my Helmet Enchant quest finally done. I never killed Laradar on this character, so I finally did that. And, obviously go for my Fear Lath chance for the week because I'm too lazy to actually plug it on normal or do heroic on this character. And I guess I take the... Actually, no, I don't. I was like, I haven't embellished wrists on this character, so obviously I go for the cloak. Turns out I also have an embellished cloak on this character, and there's no way I pick this, so easy socket choice, I think. Although I do think this cloak could be kind of like interesting for like maybe blood, right? A lot of damn haste on it. But I'll take my first socket for the expansion on this guy. I don't mind all that much. Ugh, just moving right along. I thought for a second I've already been offered that bell, but I can't really use it because of the decay badge I have. I guess I'll just go for Myth Tier Hands upgrade. Kind of the disappointing thing with doing like just a key or so, right? 2 keys of vaults is like you kind of are pretty limited. But, it's still not that bad. I'll deal with that. I'll literally deal with that later. I do wish he didn't have to click the thing off every single character. It's like, yes, I'm well aware it's a new patch and everything. I don't have to be told 80 times. Cloak, just instantly. Embellished boots. Hero to Myth Track Cloak. Why not? Oh, I should have mentioned on my Demon Hunter when I was just on it. Of course, I remember right after I'm done playing the character. I actually got my tier set last week. I finally finished my 4 set on the character. I won't actually use these boots, but it's I guess it's just like an eye level upgrade. Make it looks better in the character pan maybe. Or I should have just maybe started working on my first socket, even though it's sucks I only did a single key last night on this character, so not much to do. Only one slot. No, I already had better boots anyway from a previous week, looks like. Oh well. And obviously, in between last week and this week, I faction changed my hunter. I mainly wanted to rename it, and I had the faction change sitting on the page. So, welcome Gat Treggyz to the crew. And this character got like really lucky in that like the fact that I barely played it like a week like a here and there weeks like previously, and I managed to get like 3 out of my four or five, whatever you want to call it, tier set pieces. And so I instantly got myself a 4 set last week. And if only these shoulders were actually like worth it, I would probably go for them because I have adventurer track shoulders. I think it's like one of my lowest elo pieces. I have a few blues on this character, but all things considered, I got like pretty lucky last week on him. But I think the only choice is the myth tier pants. Not altogether sure if like tier pants are what you use on Hunter, but I still think a veteran to myth tier track is a good idea. Hunter was actually my last character with a vault, so if you're interested in vault content, that's sort of it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next week. And to kind of come back around to what I mentioned earlier on, in that like I do for the most part always do like kind of like a weekly recap, and at the end of my vault videos for the week, kind of just like a talking about like what happened last week and stuff, even if it's just like, oh, I just kind of had a lazy week. Oh, I was really busy doing keys, it's like stuff like that. But last week kind of sucked for me, and just I don't know, kind of like it was like a kind of like good start to the week, but then my weekend kind of just sucked between like work and raid on Saturday. Like I on Smolderon, we killed Mythic Smolderon, and it's maybe not the hardest fight in the world, but it is still pretty. It's still very easy to wipe the raid. So I learned 3 times. In fact, I learned that, and it's kind of just like I'm just like really annoyed with myself after that, and still like it's been what 3 4 days, and I'm actually still kind of like mad about it. I'd almost like go back and insert the clips of it, but honestly, like when I have tried to go and watch like the clips of that happening in raid, like in my VOD, I can't actually watch it. It's like it's like my blood starts to boil. I can't I can't sit and watch it. So. But I mean, we still killed the boss, which I guess is sort of the ultimate goal. And towards the end of the our polls on Smolderon, I did start to play very, very well. I was a dodge machine with like the waves. I mean, not saying I was perfect, right? But it's like of the mechanics to mess up on the fight, it's not as bad to get hit by a wave here and there, as long as you don't die, right? It's not as bad to have that happen over literally soaking the mythic orb and full on causing a wipe, which really sucks. Raven, you gotta calm down. I'm trying to have a moment here. Having a personal moment. And yeah, it just sucks. Like I'm someone who's whenever I've played WoW before, whenever I've had there have ever been like raid mechanics that like you can wipe the raid if you don't do it right. I've always tried my best, always, to never make that mistake like more than once. And having a moment like that on that fight where I wiped my raid 3 times to like literally the same thing was just like so frustrating and upsetting. Again, I can't even go back in the VOD and like rewatch the fight. Like, or at least I need another few more days before I try. It's like weird, but uh, um, I don't know. I'm really touchy when it comes to that sort of stuff, you know. So I guess to any of my guildies and people, my friends who actually watch this later, who were who were participating in raid when I wiped the raid a few times, I'm once again very sorry. It's like we all make mistakes, right? We're all only human, but damn, dude, I can't believe I did that shit 3 times. It's like so tilting. Um, moving on to my other raid though, we hit my goal, my personal goal, essentially of killing Agara without needing to Vantage Rune the boss, and we were actually able to do some like council progress last week. We didn't get very deep into the fight. I mean, we did essentially play through the entirety of the Mythic Council fight. It was just a matter of essentially staying alive the extra 2 minutes to kill the boss, right? And we're sort of there. We just need to keep up on the mechanics, and that's on me because we had like a wipe or two where it's like I'm calling for the very soak in the middle flower thing to not get soaked as I'm literally saying it, I did soak it once as a duck. So stuff happens again. Like just last week for me was like not necessarily the greatest raid week in the world. Just yeah, I mean yeah. As far as doing keys and stuff, again was like not so bad. Got it. Started busting out my hunter. Got him his 4 set right away. Got like a weapon from doing the time walking last week. Very quick time walking. I got lucky with like 3 instant dungeons with like a just a god tank who's just like holding W and killing everything. As it happens here and there. And yeah, I had a kind of a standard week on WoW. I guess just some poor rating on my part, which again I hope I'll be better about. Like I mean, just like having a moment like that. Again, it's just kind of frustrating. It's especially frustrating about like doing that on Smoldon is like I'm streaming it, and my like perspective is there, so it's like I was saying like to myself in my thoughts is that like the week where I was wrong, like saying the Smolderon thing, but it's like when I have gone back and watched it, it's like it wasn't wrong. It's just me. It was just me being the idiot because it's like I know better, and I didn't do it right. So things happen. I suppose. I guess I hope everyone who may have been affected somewhere, some way, with like the cold stuff. Hopefully, it wasn't all that bad. Um, Worst it really ever got here in Colorado, just north of Denver, is got just got really cold. Snowed a little bit, but it wasn't all that bad. I don't think I ever lost power or anything. Although again, I was working for a good portion of the weekend, so I kind of think that's it for I guess my little recap. Just again, sorry to my guildies and friends who I wiped. It's like it's not a big deal. We all make mistakes, but it's like I doing that again, doing it 3 times for me is just like almost irredeemable in my own eyes. It's like I can't believe I fucking did that shit 3 times. So I will let everybody go properly, and I will be back next week for another weekly vault video. And also, I guess I guess I should just talk about YouTube for a split second. Remember to subscribe and all that good stuff. Although, also sorry for not. I like this last Monday. Yesterday it was literally the first day in I think like 2 months or so, maybe even longer, 3 months where I didn't upload a single thing. I just didn't get anything scheduled. my rage stream last Wednesday was like I thought it was a very good stream, but when I went back to go get clips from it, the audio was really fucked up. My mic audio was just super loud, and I was blasting my own ears. So I actually don't think I'm gonna be able to get like, even though there are maybe a few clips I could try to see if I could redeem and save. It's just still gonna be a bit tricky. So I think it's time to end it. Have a great rest of your day and have a great week. Good luck with the vaults and all that good stuff.